Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy for Civil Services. Let us discuss today the Hindu newspaper of Delhi edition. Today I highlighted the topics in both color, that is yellow and green. So the yellow we are going to discuss in deep, and the green, which is very important for the day, to be read from your side. Let us start the first article of the day. Karnataka records 72.68 turnout in assembly polls. So in this particular article, the assembly election was held yesterday with a single pace of peacefully with a turnout of 72.68% as per provisional data at 11 p.m., which is surpassing the 72.36 recorded in 2018, which means there is a little bit of increase in terms of the polling. So the poll predictions also given here, which is given by different news channels. Just take a look of it. In this particular article, we have to give a little bit attention towards the Election Commission of India because it is the poll conducting body for the Parliament as well as state legislative assembly elections. Let us have a look of Election Commission of India. See, Election Commission of India is an autonomous constitutional authority responsible for administering the union and state elections. Union elections and state election. This is about Election Commission of India. Right. So it was established accordance with the Constitution on 25th January 1950. This day celebrated as a National Voters' Day. So, establishment of the Election Commission of India that we are celebrating National Voters' Day. So, this body administers election to the Lok Sabha. Remember, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assemblies, and the President of India and the Vice President of India in the country. These are all the areas that Election Commission of India used to play a key role. It is not concerned with the elections to panchayats and municipalities in the state. For this, the Constitution of India provides for a separate state election commission. Remember, when coming to the local self-government, that is, panchayats and municipalities were conducted by state election commission. So there is a separate constitutional provision given by our Indian Constitution. What are all the constitutional provisions? Part 15 of the Indian Constitution from the Article 324 to 329, which gives the complete provisions of the Election Commission of India. So Article 324 to 329. Remember, direction and control of election to be vested in the Election Commission, which comes under Article 324, and no person to be ineligible for inclusion in. So what I suggest here is just go through from 324 through 329. What are all the provisions given by this Election Commission of India? Now, structure of the ECI. Originally, the commission had only one election commissioner. Only one election commissioner. But after the Election Commissioner Amendment Act of 1989, it was made a multi-member body. Multi-member body. The election commission shall consist of chief election commissioner and such member of other election commissioners, if any, as the president may for time to time fix. Presently, it consists of chief election commissioner and two election commissioners. At the state level, the election commission is helped by the chief electoral officer, who is an IAS rank officer. This is about the composition. Then appointment and tenures. The president appoints the election commissioners. Remember who's appointing the election commissioners? President of India. They have fixed tenure of 6 years or up to the age of 65 years. They enjoy same status and receive salary and perks as available of the judges of Supreme Court of India. And removal of the president, like removal of the election commissioners, they can resign anytime or they can be removed before the expire of their term. So the CEC can be removed from office only through a process of similar to that Supreme Court judged by the Parliament alone. This is about the removal. Just limitations, it is nothing but the Constitution has not prescribed the qualifications. The Constitution has not specified the term of the members of the Election Commission, and the Constitution has not debarred the retiring election commissioners from any further appointment by the government. So, just go through this particular Election Commission of India is one of the important topic under your General Studies to Indian Polity. The subtopic is constitutional bodies. Related to this particular topic, previous year there was a question asked by UPSC. Consider the following statements. The Election Commission of India is a five-member body. Election Commission of India is a five-member body. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general elections and by-elections. And the third one is about Election Commission resolves the disputes relating to splits, mergers of recognized political parties. Which of the statements given above is are correct? According to the concept that we have discussed, the first option is out. It is not a five-member body. Right, and the Union Minister of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general election and by-election. It's wrong. So who's used to decide that? Election Commission of India alone used to decide that under the constitutional provision given by our Indian Constitution. So this is also wrong statement. Election Commission resolve the disputes relating the split mergers of the recognized political parties. Yes, about recognition of the political parties in terms of symbol, everything will be taken care by the Election Commission of India. So the answer of this particular question is D, statement 3 only. This question asked related to the Election Commission of India in the year of 2017. Next, 2022, there was a question from the mains examination. Discuss the role of Election Commission of India in light of evolution of Model Code of Conduct. So this particular question, I'm just giving you the approach. Based on that, you can construct your answer. In introduction, you're supposed to write about Election Commission of India. How this Election Commission of India plays a key role in terms of conducting the election in our country. And also the Election Commission of India disposal of this mode of code of conduct, model code of conduct. Remember, whenever you write introduction, you're supposed to tell the reader about what is the centric idea, or you can say about the theme of your answer so that it is easy for you to convey your message in the body. So you're supposed to tell about the evolution of MCC, wide range of issues that we are facing in terms of conducting election, that is use of government resources of election campaign, use of hate speech, communal appeals, role of media in reporting elections, and when it was enforced, enforcement of MCC first in the state of Kerala. So you can start giving that as an example. Then finally you can come up with a conclusion how this model code of conduct ensuring the vital elections in India are conducted in a free and fair manner. So just construct your answer based on this particular approach so that it's easy for you to cover all your aspects with 150 words for 10 marks. Right. Moving towards the next important topic of the day, that is related to the higher pension EPFO told to worker dues of subscribers. Remember, it is about the higher pension. So the Employees Provident Fund Organization (EPFO) recently issued an internal circular directing its regional offices on the method to calculate the due of subscribers who apply for higher provident fund pensions. So in this particular article, we need to understand about the employees pension scheme. So what exactly is happening around the hike? So we need to know a little bit of background from the 2022, that is Supreme Court's judgment regarding this. So the Supreme Court upheld the employment's pension amendment scheme in the year of 2014 and extended the time to opt for the new scheme for 4 months. Under Article 142, the Supreme Court ruling gives all the EPFO members who have availed this employees provident scheme another opportunity over next 4 months to opt and contribute up to 8.33 percentage of their actual salaries against 8.33 percentage of the pension salary capped at rupees 50,000 a month towards a pension. So under this pre-amendment scheme, the pensionable salary was computed as the average of the salary drawn during the 12 months prior to exit from membership of the pension fund. So the amendments raised this to an average of 60 months prior to exit from membership of the pension fund. Simple. The simple term you can understand is the court held that amendment requiring members to contribute an additional of 1.16 percentage of their salary exceeding rupees 15,000. So the new guidelines come up with basic pay plus DA, daily allowances. So the window for employees to deduct a sum equal to 8.33 percentage of the actual basic salary. So employees who were members before September before September 1, 2014 continued to be a member on or after the date. So the employees and the employers who had contributed on salary exceeding the wage ceiling of rupees 5,000 and rupees 6,500 and employees and employers who did not exercise the joint option in previous window while being the EPS members. This is the exact background. If you take this employees pension scheme, which was administered by this EPFO, came into being in the year of 1995. Employees pension scheme. So the pension fund was to comprise a deposit of how much? 8.33 percentage of the employers. That is contribution towards the PF. It makes provision for pension for employees in organized sector after the retirement of the age of 58 years. So employees who are member of this EPF automatically becomes the member of EPS. So both employer and employees contributes 12 percentage of employees monthly salary. How much? 12 percentage of the contribution. Basic wages and dearance allowances. So this EPF scheme is mandatory for employees who draw a basic wage rupees 15,000 rupees per month. Of the employee share is 12 percentage. 8.3 percentage is diverted towards the EPS. So central government contributes 1.16 percentage of the employee's monthly salary. This is what the exact background of this particular article. Okay, so based on this particular article, a previous year question in the year of 2021 with reference to casual workers employed in India, consider the following statements. All casual workers are entitled for employees' provident fund coverage. All casual workers are entitled for regular working hours and overtime payment. The government can, by a notification, specify that an establishment or industry shall pay wages only through its bank account. As per this three statement, whatever the concept that we discussed based on the article, all these three statements are correct, which means your answers fall under the option D. That is 1, 2, and 3. Right. Moving towards the next important article. The next important article, I think so, it is regarding the artificial intelligence of Kerala. So, what is that exactly? Yes, SRIT, India releases details of AI camera projects in Kerala. Artificial intelligence. In an attempt to put to rest the allegations and controversies related to the implementation of artificial intelligence powered camera surveillance system. So SRIT India Private Limited, it's a Bangalore-based implementing company, released all the documents related to the project and explained various cost components involved recently. So what exact this particular article is stating about? So Kerala roads have seen a steady rise in the number of accidents over the past few years. The majority of the accidents are caused by traffic violations such as speeding, jumping red lights, and reckless driving. To address this issue, the Kerala Police Department decided to install a AI-enabled camera system on its road to detect and penalize the traffic violators. So 2020 in Kerala Police Department, they installed 200 AI-enabled cameras. 200 artificial intelligence enabled cameras. Right now, it increased to 726 AI-enabled cameras across the state. So this camera used in terms of this algorithm to detect all the traffic violations which made by the people. Traffic violations, such over speeding, lane violations, use of mobile phone while driving, without fastening seat belts, without wearing helmets, and red light jumping. So, what exactly the problem, the impact of this particular move? The implementation of this camera had a significant impact on road safety in Kerala. According to a report by Kerala Police Department, the number of accidents has decreased by 21% since the installation of the cameras. Additionally, the number of fatalities has decreased 29%. The system also helped identifying the repeating offenders as well, who can penalized with higher fines or have their driving licenses suspended. But the initial cost of installing the cameras, with an estimate of ranging from 200 to 250 crores. 200 to 250 crores. The system also faced initial technical glitches with false positive being reported by the cameras. So improving of road safety in the state, the system has helped in detecting and penalizing the traffic violators. This is the background of this AI enabled cameras in the state of Kerala. So now, what exactly this article is stating about? The company has also filed a defamation suit against former and current opposition leaders of Kerala and two media houses on charge of holding scandalous and false campaigns against the firm. That is SRIT. That is the issue. Okay, just go through this particular article, you'll get to know about what exactly they are talking about. Next important article of the day that we are going to discuss about High Court's orders DISCOMs to take steps to prevent the death of elephant. Okay, so expressing concerns over the electrocution of elephants. The Odisha High Court has directed four power distribution companies in Odisha to chalk out a time-bound plan to survey all villages which have witnessed movement, attacks, or crop destruction by wild animals, as well as those which have been seen the deaths of wild animals due to electrocution of elephants. So now, in the past 2 months alone, man-elephant conflict in Odisha has resulted in 18 elephant, 20 human deaths. Let us have a look regarding this electrocution of elephants. This is the biggest concern before the government, particularly in past 2 months, around 18 elephants and around 20 human deaths happening. So it's animal man conflict, and also we need to give focus towards the electrocution of elephants. Right. So now, first we need to understand about the population. According to All India synchronized census of elephants in the year of 2017, the population was 27,312. The states with the highest population are Karnataka, followed by Assam and Kerala. You know about elephants or three subspecies of Asian elephant, the Indian, Sumatran, and Sri Lanka. The India has the widest range and accounts for the majority of the remaining elephants on the continent. IUCN Red List of threatened species status, African elephants are listed as vulnerable and Asian elephants as are endangered. Right. Now, coming towards this particular issue, remember this electrocution of elephants is turning out to be a critical area in the management of India's population, particularly elephant population, as 461 elephants got electrocuted between 2009 and 2017. If you take the count now, it mostly increases more than 500 to closely 600. So, states in eastern and northeastern of the country have accounted for most of the deaths. This is because elephants are expanding base all across the country and moving out of forest towards the agricultural areas. So now human elephant conflict is being witnessed also. As per this particular article, to check electrocution of elephants, stop illegal electrical fencing, proper guidelines for maintaining the height of high tension electric wires, proper zone-wise management plan for different elephant landscapes, where to allow elephants and where to restrict their movement. So now, what are all the conservation efforts? The first one is about Project Elephant. These are all the value added for you. Project Elephant, launched by Government of India in the year of 1992 as a centrally sponsored scheme to preserve the elephants. Establishment of Elephant Reserve for adoption of the World Elephant Day, August 12th. Remember, August 12th commemorating the World Elephant Day to help conserve and to protect the elephant and improve their welfare. The third initiative, that is Gaj Yatra. What is mean by this Gaj Yatra? It is about a nationwide awareness campaign. It's an awareness campaign to celebrate elephants and highlight the necessity of securing elephant corridors. Wildlife Trust India had come out with the publication of the Right Passage in 101 elephant corridors in the country. Elephant corridors in the country. So, providing the complete stress for greater surveillance and protection of the elephant corridors, that is the intention. Next, monitoring of the killing elephants, Mike, MIKE, monitoring the killing of elephants. This program was launched in the year of 2003, is an international collaboration that tracks and trends in information related to the illegal killing of elephants from across Africa and Asia. African elephants and Asian elephants were killed, and to monitor the effectiveness of field conservation efforts. So these are all the major initiatives taken by the government for the conservative of the elephants. Right. Moving towards the next article of the day, that is related to your Indian Space Policy 2023. It covers under the editorial. So this topic is about India Space Research Organization, ISRO, released the Indian Space Policy of 2023 that had been in the works for some years. The document has been received positively by the industries. Let us have a deep look regarding this particular article, the ground view of Indian space policy. This topic comes under your General Studies 3. General Studies 3. The topic space technology, that is comes under science technology, space technology, that is achievements of India in science and technology. Right. Now, the Indian space policy was approved by the Cabinet Committee on Secretary. So, institutionalizing the private sector participation in the space. Remember, private sector, right? So, institutionalizing the private sector participation in the space sector with the ISRO focusing on research and development of advanced space technology. That is the intention of this particular space policy. Advanced space technology. So incorporating the private institutions along with the ISRO to work on the advanced space technology is the major initiative of Indian space policy of 2023. So this is about clarity in space reforms, private industry's participation to drive the space economy opportunity for the country. So this policy delineates the roles and responsibilities of ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, and a space sector, that is public sector unit name called NSIL, which is New Space India Limited, and IN, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, that is IN Space. So all strategic initiatives related to the space sector will be carried out by the NSIL, that is strategic output related to the space sector. So ISRO will focus its energies on developing new technologies. So they will focus on what? Developing the new technologies. And this in space is always focusing on the new space limiter, that is like operation part of the ISRO's mission. They'll take the operation part of the ISRO mission. So the entry of private sector, the policy is allowing to take part of private sector in end to end space activities. End to end space activities. That including building satellites, and launch vehicles, data collection and dissemination. So the current status of India's space sector, you know very well about being globally recognized for building cost-effective satellites from our country. Yes, so many other challenges are also there. This particular article is stating about how we are going to develop ourselves in terms of the space sector with collaborate with the private entities. So private sector can use the ISRO facilities for a small change, okay, and is encouraged to invest in creating new infrastructure for the sector, for the space sector. Right, so these are the information that you need to gather regarding this particular article. Moving towards the next one, it is about NATO. I think we already discussed when the Finland got joined with this NATO, but a little bit of information that we need to focus here regarding this. National, like North Atlantic Treaty Organization, has almost doubled its borders with Russia, with addition of Finland as its 31st member in April 2023. So NATO, you know, It was a one of the alliance strength in the Baltic area. See, Finland recently joined with the NATO after its application was ratified in record time. So the background of this Finland joining the NATO, we know that Russian invasion of Ukraine is one of the major concern, and about the policy of neutrality between the Soviet Union and the West was known as Finlandization. So finally, they joined with this NATO. NATO, which is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is a political and military alliance consisting of 31 countries. Remember, it was formed in the year of 1949 to promote mutual defense and collective security among its members. So currently, 31 members are there with the NATO. Moving towards the next article, it is regarding the green highlights. Okay, so whatever the article that we discussed, which is in deep, but now the remaining article, I'm going to give you the gist that where you can give more attention towards it. Let us start from the home page. What are the other topics that you can give attention today? So the first article from the home page, that is regarding your bidding to host state dinner for Modi on June 22nd. So our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to visit America by June 22nd. That particular event is going to host by the President of India and the First Lady, okay, Joe Biden and Jill Biden. So they will talk about the different cooperation between the countries, importance of both India and America. Okay, right. So you just go through this article. It is about the bilateral importance relationship between India and the United States of America. And same thing is there in your news page also. You just read this article, you will get an idea. Because nowadays, the United States of America is more closely associated with India in terms of the Indo-Pacific region. So regarding that, you need to have a little bit of attention. What is the benefit of India and what exactly benefit that USA will get? Delhi versus Center. This article it is about the question is who has control over the bureaucrats because the lieutenant governor here versus the elected body, the state legislative assembly at Delhi. This is like related to a lot of case regarding the control over the bureaucracy. Who has more control, governor or the government? Just go through that article so you will get an idea. Next article of the day that we are going to give a little bit attention towards the 1857 revolt. Remember, 1857 revolt is one of the major uprisings comes under your uh, modern history of India. This modern history of India is a major role played in your preliminary as well as the mains. In this particular article, I suggest you to go through the importance of the books written by different leaders of this 1857 revolt. Other than that, you will be reading in detail in your modern history, but since you need to have a great hold related to the books written on the revolt 1857. For example, here you have a few, explanation regarding that. The India War of Independence by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Rebellion 1857. A symposium which was written by Puran Chand Joshi. The Indian Mutiny of 1857 written by George Bruce Malleson. Great Mutiny by Christopher Hebert. Religion and Ideology of the Rebels of 1857 by Iqbal Hussain. Excavation of Truth, Unsung Heroes of 1857 War of Independence by Khan Muhammad Sadiq Khan. Just go through all these names and the book name and author name. That is important related to this article. Then India, US to strengthen G20 cooperation during the Modi visit. As I told you in the first page, it's a continuation. Just read it. PM is going to unveil plan for the museum in Central Secretariat next week. Right. Apart from that, yes, foreign medical graduates can intern in any state. The state medical councils shall not deny the allotment of medical colleges for internship to the foreign medical graduates on the basis of their domicile. They can complete their internship from any medical college in any states or union territory if they are otherwise eligible. The National Medical Commission. National Medical Commission. And ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, on Wednesday successfully conducted a trial run delivery of blood bags. And this go through this two article which has related towards the arrest of former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan and why Pakistan used to get this particular tense now and why China remains silent of the Imran arrest. And the NCLT admits go first insolvency plea allows moratorium on leases. It is issue regarding the NCLT, that is National Companies Law Tribunal, right? So all these were the important topics of the day that you need to provide more attention. So finally, I want to add on one important of the day, that is National Technology Day. Remember National Technology Day today that India is observing, and related to that also we do have one important article, that is Pokhran 2, a moment of profound epiphany. Pokhran 2. So as I said, National Technology Day on 11th May that we are observing today, which was exactly 11th May 1999. This National Technology Day was celebrated in India to honor people working on the field of technology and highlighting their contribution and achievements. Okay, established by former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and aim to commemorate the Pokhran nuclear test and highlight the technological achievements of our country. So the declaration of this National Technology Day by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, so to commemorate the Pokhran nuclear test conducted by the Indian Army in Pokhran, Rajasthan in the year of 1998. Okay, so this article is talking about the Pokhran 2. So it's a test was where a series of five explosions conducted by the Indian Army Pokhran test range. After the first nuclear testing, code named Smiling Buddha in the year of 1974, India's second nuclear testing Pokhran was thoroughly governed. The data of the nuclear test was marked as the National Technology Day in India. One of the India's most honorable President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, also known as the Missile Man of India, is a spearheaded the Pokhran test as well. Just go through this article and also have a knowledge related to significance of the National Technology Day. Right. That's all for the day. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow. Thank you.